Let's go, let's go, let's go, ding. We are back once again. Smack Talk taking place every Wednesday. We keep on bringing you the heat, everything related to slap fighting in the world. Incredibly excited to be joining you once again. We are in the dog days of summer, but it doesn't mean that slap news takes any days off. Last time I checked the old Instagram machine, we're still pumping out 2 to 3 pieces of original content every single day, covering, pretty well across the world as it relates to slap fighting. I see you even posting some stuff up there. Ding, from Japan. We had some stuff from Brazil. A lot of really cool stuff. And even a young kid today. I mean, didn't see that coming. It wasn't on my bingo board. All of a sudden, I open up Slap News. And if you're not over there on Slap News on Instagram, you better head there, because I tell you, there is no other better coverage on the planet, on the universe, on this globe, whatever you want to call it. And while you're there, you might as well join the insider group and get the information before everybody else does. Ding, we've seen you at one Chris Brown concert. I didn't take you as a Chris Brown fan, but seemingly you are. Talk to me. Did you have your groove on? Were you singing along, shaking your ass a little bit? How was it last night?
No, I wasn't shaking my ass, man. My wife's a Chris Brown fan. He's always a good concert, so we checked it out, man.
Awesome. Did you see that Chris Brown does this like VIP thing where you can pay to get photos with him, and he does like more kind of racy kind of couple like things? I don't know what the cost is to do that. I'm sure it's probably $1,000 plus, but definitely an entertaining way and really smart when you think about it. It's like, hey, pay me money to make a photo that's going to go viral and put my face in front of millions of people. So I think it's a smart marketing tactic, to say the least. But we're not here to talk about Chris Brown. We're here to talk about slap fighting. We got some phenomenal matches for Power Slap number 15 that were released this week. We haven't talked about Luke Simons, Austin Turpin in the co-main event for Power Slap number 15 in Las Vegas on October 3rd. And then the main event, Brandon Bordeaux and Isaiah Quiones, number 3. We are getting the trilogy this time to determine who is the king of the king, the mano a mano. We're 1-1, back to square one. This is kind of like the game 7 of the NBA Finals, I believe, for this middleweight division. And we are going to get to know who's going to reign supreme and hold that title. It was supposed to happen earlier, obviously, with the injury to Brandon Bordeaux that was postponed, seemingly going to take place in New Orleans. Actually, I don't know if that was public or not even, but that's what was rumored to be anyways. Actually, was it released, Ding?
It was, yeah.
It was. Okay, perfect, man. Sorry, dude, a lot going on here. Things move fast at the speed of light. So, with that match taking place, getting that locked in, seemingly only one title on the card at this moment. Do you think we get another announcement of another title match, or do you believe that is going to be the headliner as we coast in to Power Slap number 15 on October 3rd?
You know what I'll say is I think Turpin Luke is a worthy co-main event. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the publication that was released by Power Slap, it was either on the Power Slap website or UFC website. I apologize if I'm getting one of those wrong, but it advertised Luke and Austin as the co-main event.
It did, yes.
But I'm going to put a bug in everybody's ear. If we are decreasing the amount of titles that are being defended, does that mean we are increasing the frequency of events? That's all I'll say. And I actually really like this question, so I wanted you to answer it if you could.
What is it, my man?
Slap Fighting Championship has been trying to recruit me, which is Joshua Newsom, also known as Hercules, for a while now. What's your take on that?
Well, one, contractually, are you contractually obligated to Power Slap? If you are in a contract, I would suggest that you stay absolutely clear of it until you are either released, request your release, or anything like that. You don't want to get yourself in any type of controversy. Dollars speak at the end of the day, for some people, and if that's something that means a lot to you, go out and see, what these other promotions are willing to offer you. You can definitely do your due diligence. I think you'd be very hard pressed to find another organization that, one, will treat you as well, that will provide the level of safety and medical clearance that Power Slap does, and then also the longevity, in terms of the fight, contracts that they're putting out and having the financial backing. I know we've seen this, far too much. We've seen it in the MMA earlier this year as well. And I think having the financial backing to see that contract through, I think those are all important things, taken into consideration. I mean, obviously with Eddie Hall in Dubai, I mean, these guys, what I will say is they've got their marketing down pat. I think, not being there in person, I don't want to judge it, but I think the production that they're doing looks phenomenal. I think it's a made-for-TV event. I think they've got that young, innovative, cool, unique way to capture that content. They seem to have the right people in place to be able to capture it and make it look really exciting and entertaining. The weigh-ins that they did, I thought added an extra layer of enthusiasm. The face-offs, just everything that they did, real high energy, high output. And then the event itself, I know you watched more of it than I did, Ding. I think I caught 1 or 2 matches. But overall, there seems to be another contender out there in the world kind of doing good things. And I think it's a positive. But at this time, I think the major leagues still power slap, through and through. And if you want to hang with the best of the best and you want to do this with the best in the world, I think there's still, a clear divide as to where you can do that in terms of performance as well as compensation. How about yourself?
Yeah, you know what? 2 things I just kind of want to clarify. First, slap fighting championship and slap fight championships are different. Obviously, the acronyms are both SFC, but I want to be clear. Josh mentioned slap fighting championship, which is the one that takes place or has taken place overseas in Dubai. Most recently, you may remember Brendan Kerr competed somewhere around 2-3 weeks ago. So that's that. Secondarily, I think it's a good sign if people are reaching out to you. Like Corey said, contractually, be careful how much of that you entertain. But nobody can hate you for doing what you feel is best for you in your career. We're going to talk to a guy a little bit later on tonight who is in that exact position. And he'll tell us a little bit about his mindset and thinking about sort of what's next and why. So, but without further ado, there was another comment here by the heavyweight champion. I'm assuming that this is in reference to the Luke Simons Austin Turpin co-main event at light heavyweight. So we actually have the man. He's 4-1, wins over guys like Cesar Gonzalez, Alan Klingbeil, and TJ Thomas. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of a TKO, knockout, whatever you want to call it, June 27th at Power Slap number 13. He gets the call. He's now the co-main event for Power Slap 15 against Austin Turpin, who made his return after over a year. Power Slap 14 gets his revenge on Vern Cathy, and now we get these 2 guys to square off to co-main a numbered event. Not something we see if we've ever seen it at all. I don't know if we've ever seen a non-title co-main event. So let's talk to Luke and see where his head's at. Luke.
Yo, how y'all doing?
Luke and what's the dog's name?
Oh, this is Morrow.
Morrow?
Yeah, it's a
Luke and Morrow.
Morrow.
Perfect. Luke and Morrow. How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. I've been training, just trying to get some more muscle mass before I shred down for all this.
Let's well, first things first, congratulations, right? Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, and our good friends here in chat will let me know if I am mistaken, as they always so eloquently do. I don't think we've ever seen a non-title fight co-main event. What does that mean to you? Do you feel like you're honored to be in that position? Is there pressure? What do you think?
I mean, I just kind of figured it out, so I don't know, but I'm very grateful for this opportunity. That's for sure. It's mind-blowing, I guess I'm gonna have my face on the poster or something. So that's pretty exciting if that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably pretty close to correct on that one. I'm curious. I don't know how much of this is truly public, so forgive me. And if you want to plead the fifth, feel free. But you were matched up to face Austin Turpin in the past. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He was your original opponent for Power Slap 13 when Alan stepped in and had that opponent change.
Yeah.
When that all fell out, did you think that it would all kind of come back around? And if you did you think it would come back this quickly?
Yeah, I kind of knew anything was up in the air just because there's a handful of us that are hungry that, are fighting to get that title shot. So.
What were your thoughts on his performance against Vern Cathy on July 18th?
He has a really good finesse to his strike, I'll say. I don't think that finesse is gonna work on me, but yeah, it's crazy how he does it. Just a little pop on the chin. It's like he's throwing spider webs. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a great observation. I think we talked about
My
it.
My girlfriend's laughing in the back.
That's okay. When you think about or when you watch Austin Turpin compete, it doesn't look like there's a lot on his slap. But then if you look at his opponent and what happens to him, clearly, there's more than meets the eye. For you, first things first, the elephant in the room. Do you think this match happens at light heavyweight?
I mean, I'm gonna be 205, but I don't care. I hope he's overweight and I can take 30% of his purse or whatever and still knock him out. Because to me, he's what is he? I think he's like 5'11", 5. I don't know. He feels kind of small to me. So
Yeah, now he was your coach on the show, is that correct?
yeah, he's a good dude.
So you seem to still have a lot of respect for him. How do you sort of navigate? How do you balance that healthy respect? He's an adversary, and he's somebody who hasn't had great things to say about you recently.
Yeah, I just know he's about to be probably saying a lot and talking a lot. So, I mean, I already know what to expect, I feel like. So, I mean, it's all competitive, and I don't know. I'll come out of my shell and match his energy. Yeah.
So from where you're sitting, you don't think there's anything that he can say to make this personal to you, or he's used terms like he's called you a bitch. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty common one that he uses, but I mean, he said some pretty direct things. I don't know how much of that you care about, you see, but it's been, kind of his rhetoric.
Yeah, I just know he's hungry, So that's what I'm here for somebody who wants it just as bad as me, and I want to beat somebody else that's as hungry as I am.
Fair enough. And last one for me, before I steal all the questions Corey could possibly ask. We haven't talked to you since June 27th. What is your assessment of what went wrong that night?
It was a couple factors of me not showing up that night. Like, I just went in that fight really calm, and I was in awe of like the fans cheering me on, and I kind of like believed my own hype in a way, and I just felt like the knockout was gonna happen. So, it was just all so new for me, that feeling. And then Alan was so hungry. And then the flinches that they didn't call on top of that, it just wasn't a good scenario for me. And I could tell like I was kind of like half-assing my brace, So I feel like if I was hungrier like I was earlier on, I would have been able to eat those fine. But he did have a better strike though. I will say it was good.
Real quick, I know I said last one, I apologize, but that response kind of sparked something in my memory. When we spoke to you at Power Slap 12, I believe it was in the high limit room, you and Alan were together and you guys kind of had some words and it was, playful, so to speak. But at that time, and I think we released this footage, Alan made sort of comments about how, the rolling with the strike and the flinching, and you kind of said like, if I can get away with it, I'm gonna do it. If you understand that defensively, you have the ability to sort of do that without breaking the rule set egregiously to the point where you get a foul. Did you think about preparing for that on the defensive side for yourself, but also on the offensive side when the guy is also potentially doing the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I was training so good, and I would even like put the bob up and slant his head at a 45-degree angle, so it's like he's a flinched opponent. And I knew what he was gonna do, and I don't know, my focus wasn't there, and the game plan was just, I don't know, I was in awe of just the whole thing, really. But I learned a lesson that I need to actually show up and fight for my life up there, like really try to win, put my heart out there and give it everything, It's if you don't leave it all on the table, I mean, there's a lot of holes in your game at that point.
Yeah, Luke, I mean, it takes a big man to admit his faults and his failures and actually take ownership and accountability. One of the things that isn't necessarily common in this sport up until this point. So, I give you credit for it. One of the things I will say as well, you came on Slap News and you put that beautiful, luscious hair on the line and you followed through. Take off that lethal hat and give us an update. Man,
yeah,
coming back slowly, isn't it?
Yeah, my hair grows slow. my girlfriend was saying it was growing fast, and I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I remember I had my hair cut one time a long time ago before my friend, and he got it buzzed just like mine, maybe shorter, and
Yeah.
his grew back like way faster. So
Yeah. Well, how long you been growing
oh yeah,
the chin for?
man, it's gotta be like 2 months or something. Nothing.
Okay, I was gonna say, look,
crazy.
I was gonna make a comment. It looks like you got some Sharpie on your chin or something.
Yeah, I'm trying. I got some beard oil, and I'm like, let me see if I can. I don't
Yeah.
know, motivate this thing to grow.
For sure, for sure. I don't want to beat you up on the whole Allen, the Allen thing. I mean, you're 4-1 right now. You beat Allen the first time by split decision. You've got 3 KOs by victory up until this point. I think the Garrett Blakesley fight was the most animated that we've seen you. And I don't know. I mean, I think Garrett probably at that point, he still had a lot of hype kind of going into it. And,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, you maybe viewed him as being your toughest competition
Yeah.
up to that point. And I still remember, you when you knocked him down. I mean, just seeing you jump and the emotion and everything that came out of you, you just seemed to have a different gear that night than you did against Allen. And I'm not sure the reason why, kind of the rollback, but playing it back. Okay, we've seen athletes 4-0, Westman to get a title shot. If you would have beat Alan Klingbeil that night, it's hard to say. Well, obviously with Russell Rivera, Vern Cathy, Austin at the top of that division. But do you feel if you would have beat Allen, go 5-0? Do you feel that you would have been next in line for a title shot whenever Ron puts that strap on the line again?
Oh yeah, that's what they were saying, that I was gonna get a title shot if I won that fight, and I don't know why I didn't let that motivate me more.
Who's they, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, they told me?
No, but who specifically?
Wait, sorry, I'm lost.
Oh, was it Erica? Was it Frank? Was it Dana?
Oh, Erica.
Gotcha. And that wasn't able to get you up and get you able to, really take it as serious. I don't say seriously, but you have admitted in the past, that
came out of
might have
left
looked past
field.
him a little bit. Yeah.
He was below me in the rankings, and I just didn't even see that coming. And I just wasn't as motivated to fight him, and he's always kind of cocky, and like he's nice overall, but sometimes he kind of rubs me the wrong way. So that one's really stung for me to lose that one.
Yeah. What have you learned from it, and how do you not make that same mistake again?
I need to go up there with a lot more energy and be like ruthless. Really, I mean, like it's hard to go crazy, but bang. So I'm trying to talk. She's over here. Destruction mode.
What's that ding? It looks like you want to say something.
I don't even know, man.
Nah, he's all right, man. I get it. He's got what should be his #1 fan. Watching him do an interview, it's weird. We've done it before.
Yeah, she's just
very unusual.
Trying to motivate me to say, I don't know, crazy.
She wants you to go off, man. She wants you to go crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, I will say, I don't mean to interject here, but I am curious how Alan Klingbeil rubs you the wrong way, and Austin Turpin does not. I do want to know your rationale there. Like, do you think Austin's full of shit, or like what is it? I don't think anybody would ever say that.
No, I don't know. Alan's just kind of cheesy, and like he acts so confident, but it's so cheesy at the same time. And then like that first fight, I really feel like I had him. And if I was like the fighter I am today in that first fight, I feel like I would have won easier. But yeah, I had to learn my lesson though.
Corey, I'm sorry I cut you off, brother. Go ahead.
Right. It's all good, man. No, absolutely. Luke, going into this one, obviously we know what the implications are. One Austin Turpin who, the brass of Power Slap, believe that is better league, better entertainment with him in the sport. Not looking past him. I mean, I don't want to jinx you. I don't want to say Slap News had anything to do with you and the haircut and buzz. I'm excited for this fight. You blaming us. But let me ask you then. Let me just flip it. You get that victory over Austin Turpin. Do you think it puts you back in that title conversation?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think everyone could tell that I wasn't all. I don't know. I didn't show up that last fight, so I think so. It puts me right back on track, and I mean, Austin's got all the hype that I want, and I love what he's doing, but I got to take it from him.
Love it, my man. Appreciate you joining us. As always, you're a great sport. We're able to talk about it, break it down. Very intriguing matchup here. One that definitely has implications on the top of the light heavyweight rankings.
Oh, yeah.
You have a home here, my man. Slap News anytime. Stay in touch. Train hard. Look forward to watching your training videos as you go out through and continue to talk through your striking techniques, hitting the ball, prepping for this one. And to be quite honest, you're going to have to bring that energy to match one Austin Turpin.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope you do, and we will have reality TV at its finest. We'll have the Swamp Gator from Florida going up against the, I don't know, what do you got in Texas? Rattlesnakes or something? I'm not sure what your national animal is there.
I don't know. I kind of just got out here,
Good, my man. All right, buddy. I appreciate you, Luke. Like I said, stay good, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, nice talking to you.
Awesome. One last one. Put that hat back on, my man. You're looking. You need a couple more months. All right. Where can they get those hats?
Oh, right now they're not in the store, I don't think. But
come on, buddy. You're failing as an entrepreneur as well. You got the spotlight. You got Slap News.
We have them all at the house. And actually, I've been able to get more offers to buy hats from people just talking to them personally.
Yeah, but okay, of the viewers of Slap News that watch this video, how many do you think are in driving distance of your house?
Oh, I have no clue.
Probably zero. Okay, I'm just putting it in reality. So I suggest you get them up there on that website immediately. I just gave you a plug, my man. Come on, marketing 101. But I appreciate you, Luke. As always, hope your girlfriend can keep you in line and get you on that marketing. Right?
Yeah.
Girlfriend, you're in the back. Keep Luke online. All right, buddy. Yeah. Much love, buddy. I'm just giving you shit for no reason.
Stay lethal.
All right. Stay it, buddy. I thought he said stay legal, not lethal. Same.
Stay legal too. Just stay legal too. You're that was pretty mean, man.
What do you mean I'm mean? Come on, dude.
I don't know if people are gonna want to come to the show when you're bullying them like that. It's not.
What do you mean? Come on, man. Do you think it looks like Sharpie? Come on. Not everyone can grow a nice luscious beard, so maybe that was a low blow. Yeah. I don't know.
You're all right tonight. Man. Hopefully you don't treat the rest of our guests like this.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. We'll see what happens. I mean, one of us got to play devil's advocate, doesn't it? Why else would you tune in?
Yeah, because I'm not the edgy one. Yeah, that makes
sense. I don't know. I think you've had more death threats against you than me, so.
Dude, 100%. There's people here right now that are like, man, get this guy off the fucking screen.
Probably, man. What are the Cheeto fingers? Laser.
Cheetos, my fingers are not orange, dude. I don't know where that came from, man.
I don't know. You can be a comic book hero, buddy.
People were saying that I look like my dog's dead. Like, what? It's just weird, man. Anyway, Austin Turpin, Luke Simons, man. Great fight.
100%.
I mean, I have a lot of questions. I think, when you look at Luke, his strike has never been the problem, but he's been hurt before. He's seen, hey, yo, Static. Looking at my lips that deeply to describe him that way is wild. So what do you call Jeeves then? What kind of lips does Jeeves has?
I think that might get monetized.
I think my number one concern, or not, I don't want to say concern. My question is just Luke's on the defensive side, because again, although he's been successful up to this point, he's been hurt before. Obviously, Allen's the first time we see him get put away, but we've seen Luke absorb a strike and have to kind of move himself through that adversity, which is a good thing, but it's not a good thing when you got a guy like Austin Turpin ahead of you, because he's going to hit you with some shit, because he hits everybody with some shit. If I'm not mistaken, Austin Turpin's never been in decision. I'll confirm that. Corey, if you could just ramble on for a second while I try to confirm that.
Ron Beta. Yeah, Ron Beta.
Oh, yes. He went to decision with him the first time.
Yeah, his first match with Cody Cox as well, actually.
Okay. So I misspoke. I apologize. But either way, majority, he's not plant-based, bro. That's fake.
5 KOs.
Yeah, so he's got 5 KOs.
Yeah.
Recently, the last time he went to decision was what? Power slap?
6 with Vernon.
5?
6 with Vernon. My bad.
Yeah, 6 KOs including Vernon, but he went to decision at Power slap 5 was the last time. And that was his last loss until Vern at Power slap 8, June 2024.
You're right.
This guy's got something in his hand. whether it looks like he does or he doesn't, he hits hard. And so that's my number one question here is how do you get around that? We've only ever seen him truly hurt against Vern Cathy, and you see what he did to him, a month ago, and he took a shot from Vern. So is it the weight? Because that was a heavyweight. Does that 20, 30 pounds, did that matter as far as his ability to absorb? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. Mm-hmm. So I think that's my number one observation. What I would, if I had to talk to Luke and say, hey, here's where you need to focus, is figuring out defensively, how can you take a shot from this guy? Because if Luke does what he normally does, he's fine up there with his strikes. But it's the defensive side that I think is concerning here, just because Austin Turpin is so damn strong.
Yeah. Crazy. They actually have Austin Turpin listed at 6'2". There is no chance Austin Turpin is 6'2".
There's no shot, dude.
Not at all.
No fucking shot.
Absolutely not.
If he's 6'2", then I'm Calvin Klein, bro.
I guess so, man. But Austin Turpin, he's got one of the smoothest strikes in Power Slap. I think experience is going to play into this. Austin Turpin has been, in a ton of, grudge matches. He's fought against Rod Beta in the title, as well. A guy that's, that's been there. The weight issues, the last couple times up have been noted. And if he continues to do what he is doing, and I talked about this on IG before we went live, we've never seen Austin Turpin continue in the gym as long as he had, probably for the rest of his life. Let's be real. I don't think the guy's ever been in the gym for a month solid prepping for any particular fight. And if he can put all that together, get that consistency, get back in the gym, build a bit of strength in the meantime, we may have another geared Austin Turpin that we haven't seen. In that same breath, Luke Simon, still a young guy. Just because you're cracked once doesn't mean your chin's going to be completely over. We know, especially in that light heavyweight division, that matches up strength with athleticism. We know anyone, and he can tell you best, whether you're 1 through 10 in that division, a guy like Alan Klingbeil down the ranks and come in and take you in one shot. And I believe that division is as up in the air as completely possible. And you get a guy like, Garrett Bleakley that, could put Luke down or could, vice, he didn't in the past, but could, etc. Alan, Ron, Vern, whoever you want to say. I just think that every round in this division becomes incredibly important, and it's going to be exciting. This one can steal the show. I think there's going to be a lot of money on the money line for this one. I think Austin Turpin's probably going to open up as a favorite just with some of the recency bias, that's kind of gone on, and just kind of having that name factor, and it'll be an exciting one. Let's get into our next guest. We'll talk about Isaiah and Brandon, number 3, a little bit later on the show. So let's keep on rolling, Ding.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Obviously, our next guest, a alumni of Road to the Title, season 3, where he had his first match was a victory against Neil Thomason. The second match, unfortunately, he was on the wrong side against Joshua Newsom. He is the California Kid, Rayden Bombardier. Rayden, what's up, my brother? There he is. In true form.
Oh, you already know. Oh, yeah.
Can you hear us? Because you're frozen.
Oh, yeah. For us. I can hear you good, man.
You look good now. Shout out wearing that beautiful head rush shirt. First things
always,
first.
Man. I'm always wear head rush, man. Every time I show up to an event, whether it be Power Slap or not Power Slap, I'm going to continue to wear head rush. I endorse them, man, forever.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And Head Rush appreciates that for sure. Great team over there, and they power us here at Slap News, so we love Head Rush as well. Today's Wednesday. Obviously, you're in California. How are things? How's life? On a Wednesday evening here.
You know what? Personally, man, things are going so good, man. Honestly, I've been enjoying spending so much time with my son.
Well, we lost him completely.
He's gonna be enjoying spending time with himself because he hung up on us.
Look at that, Ding. Look at that.
While we wait for him to get back here.
You're kind of his doppelganger. Do you want to fill in for him? How John spent a lot of time with my son.
It's not just the guests today. It's me. It's everybody. Everybody's a target, huh? Feeling froggy? Did you eat sugar today or what?
Yeah, dude, I've had caffeine, my man. that a lot of people don't know, but I actually took a solid 4 months off of caffeine. When you come back on it, reset your adrenal glands, you feel like $1 million. To be quite honest.
Now, were you normal while you were not using caffeine?
Absolutely, I was. I mean, it sucks for about the first 10 to 14 days. You kind of get the caffeine withdrawals, you get the headaches, you take a couple extra naps, all that stuff. But after that kind of wears off, you kind of get back to normal. Kind of just found like eating a little bit more food kind of offset that. That's one of actually the biggest things. Actually, when you stop caffeine, you actually get way more hungry. And so if it's something you're going to do, you want to make sure you bump up that cardio a little bit so you don't put on any unwanted extra weight, because you certainly notice your appetite come back quite a bit more, especially if you drink more than, one coffee a day kind of thing. Not that was crazy, but I mean, I was on caffeine for, 10 years straight. So kind of take a little break and reset those adrenal glands and come back at it better than ever.
As I think most of us are. But it looks like we got Rayden back, so we'll get him back in here.
What do you mean, Ding? Come on.
Rayden.
Yo, that was horrible, man. Always have bad luck. Hey, but
you said what? You were enjoying being alone, and then you decided you wanted to be alone, so you just hung up.
No, man. I was gonna say, just personally, honestly, I've had so much joy in just spending so much time with my son. Not being a part of the company anymore. I'm not thinking about any potential things that are coming up that I don't know about and stuff like that, or trying to keep my weight at a certain angle. I've just been enjoying life, man. Been working a new job, about to going to a new apartment soon. So things been great, but yeah, things are about to get interesting, guys, for sure.
Yeah, so let's start kind of at the top of the page here. So something like a week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we learned from you, hopefully you don't mind me saying this, that you had requested your release from Power Slap. Officially, that request was granted, so you are no longer a part of the active roster of Power Slap. Is that a accurate
That is
summation?
100% accurate. And you know what? There's a lot of other Power Slap fighters that are watching this, and I want to touch base on what happened. So nothing negative. I just, I feel like I haven't had the opportunity to display my skills, and so I had other companies, just like Josh had mentioned. Shout out to Josh. We fought. God damn it.
You still look good.
You good? God damn, I was about to say. Anyways, my bad, guys. Is your phone getting hot or what?
I have all these people.
I have a bunch of people reaching out to me as far as companies, and I've talked to everybody, and people want me to fight for money, and at the end of the day, I have a child, and so I love Erica and Frank and Power Slap, and I appreciate everything they've done for me so much. And I texted them. I said, hey, man, I got some other opportunities that are coming to me. And so the next day they called me. And you guys still got me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was at the store, missed a call from Erica. I called her right back. I said, hey, how's it going? And she said, I'm great. How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. And I heard Frank in the background. Hey, it's me, Frank, as well. I'm like, hey, Frank, how's it going? He's like, hey, so we just wanted to see that we got your text and we saw that you had other opportunities.
Oh,
he's getting another opportunity right now, and that's why he dropped off. But
look at that.
That's why there's two of us, so we can bridge the gap here. Let's talk a little bit about Brandon Bordeaux, Isaiah 3. And as Rayden trickles back in, we'll get him back up here.
Absolutely.
It's the match that we thought would happen. The announcement beat me to it. Damn social media. Frank had talked about this at the post-fight. I believe it was you, and I'll quote here, see if I can punch back a little bit because you've been fucking with me all night. You said, I don't want to be that guy, which is exactly what somebody would say before they're going to be that guy. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to try to do your voice as best I can. And this is in the post-fight press conference with Frank, if you guys want to go look at it. But it was something to the effect of, did Darren Godfrey do enough to get a title shot over Isaiah Quinones? And Frank's response, I'm paraphrasing, was something to the effect of, Isaiah Bordeaux 3 is the match to make. It's the one that will happen next, and we'll see what happens next. So we knew that this was coming. It was from the man himself. This was what would be next. October 3rd is the date. They're both one finish and one finish on both sides. And it looks like we got Rayden back, so we'll rain check that one. And we'll bring Rayden
Cliffhanger.
There he is.
Hey, man. Sorry, guys. It's not going to happen again. I know I don't got much time because of all that going back and forth, but basically I said, hey, man, I'm not receiving the opportunities to fight, and I'd like to get out of my contract so I can go fight, because I'm receiving offers to be in the main event and to fight in other places, and I want to receive, I'm going to receive compensation, and I can't do that when I'm sitting here. As much as I love Power Slap, I need to take my own route, man, and everybody has their own puzzle. And you guys will see me back again, I promise. I got taken out of the house in the very beginning of the season. A lot of people don't know that when the fight with Broderick ran out. And I looked at everybody and I said, "Hey, man, I'll be back." And I had said bye to everybody, and they took me out. And you know what? They brought my ass back in, and I had 2 more fights. And I had a great conversation with Erica and Frank, and they said that they support me, that they want to leave the door open for me, and that things are we have a great relationship. And it looks like I'm going to be going to Dubai for Slap Fighting Championship. I have my passport being processed, and I'm looking to be the main event. I'm wanting to carry the flag. I am a fucking superstar, man, and I'm gonna prove it to you guys. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna show a defensive masterclass. I'm not looking to be the black sheep of anything. I just want to be the main event, and I hope that's what everybody's goal is.
Man, well, you just said a lot. There's a lot to unravel. So, how surefire is this all? I mean, main event and all that aside, I guess position on the card is not so important, but just the deal
Right.
with Slap Fighting Championship, will you compete for them 100%? Is there a deal done? Where are we at on that aspect of it?
100% I will compete for them. My passport's being processed. I've been talking back and forth with the owner. Like somebody said earlier, money speaks. You know what I mean? And if I have the opportunity to go international and travel the world and still get paid for it, then I'm all for it, man. Pay for my hotel, pay for my flight. Nobody else is doing that besides Power Slap and Slap Fighting Championship. Like I actually have like really great things. Slap Fight Championship is great too. Don't get me wrong, but these two guys are in the league of their own.
Can I ask, did you, because you were released on your sort of, again, according to your own request, sorry, I was going to say against your will, which is not the right word. Um, did you receive an official release letter or do they forego that?
Yeah, so like the conversation we had was very clear. I wanted to leave for other opportunities to make money, so they sent me my contract. I think it was July 1st was the end of my contract, I believe. And honestly, like when I got signed to Power Slap, I fought 3 times in the month that I got signed to Power Slap and fought for Road to the Title. And ever since then, I've been inactive. And honestly, I fell in love with slap fighting. I'm passionate, man. I'm willing to go the extra mile. I'm willing to work harder. I'm willing to spend money. I'm willing to drive to these places. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay in the slap fighting world. I'm going to knock some people out. I'm going to go get some belts. I'm here to be a world champion. And I'm going to circle back and come back to Power Slap. And, I'm going to hold down the flagship at Slap Fight Championship. And I'm going to get them fucking views and money. And I respect them and love for everybody, man. I love the whole slap world.
Now, I have to ask you, this is not something we see very often where athletes request a release to go participate in other promotions. You had to have this full-fledged belief, this confidence that you'd be able to sort of convert this once you drop one opportunity, that another opportunity would come and you'd be able to pick that up. Tell me the circumstances around why you felt confident that that was the case and you didn't feel like you were closing the only door that was open to you. And I'm really asking that question because there's people who are watching that are signed to Power Slap, and some of them have not had fights, just as you kind of mentioned. And so I'm sure they'd be interested in kind of
And
your
you know
outlook
what?
on
I
it.
see a lot of people trying to promote to get themselves a fight, but the real answer is not everybody's gonna get that fight, you know? And it sucks to say, but I'm gonna leave and make my own opportunities, like I'm willing, I can go make money somewhere else, but I don't have to be negative towards Power Slap. Like this is about Rayden, about me knocking people out. And just, I'm already established now, it's like people are like messaging me like, oh man, like you're inspiring, or like, oh, you're cool, like you've been like, other slap fighters are coming to me now because like the game is so young. And I'm just going where I feel like I can make money, where I feel the opportunities are. Uh, Power Slap is full of opportunities, but right now there's a pool of so many amazing talents. It's hard to get the pick, So I know for sure that I'm a superstar, and I have confidence in myself, man. I've trained with the best fighters in the world: Robert Trujillo, Crazy Hawaiian, Austin Turpin. I've hung out with the best, Dakota McGregor. You know what I mean? I've got the best training in the world, and I really feel like I'm going to translate You know, I fought at middleweight and dropping down to welterweight. I'm gonna drop some bodies, dude. I really feel like I am a superstar, man. I am, and I'm gonna get some knockouts. I'm gonna bring it back to everybody.
Rayden, I mean, from a marketing standpoint, you're somebody I believe that, you know, grasped the concept right from the beginning. We've seen, you know, you end up getting representation early on when a lot of other fighters didn't have managers or, you know, promoters to help them along the way. We've seen you, you know, get on other podcasts. We've seen you have, you know, just a different desire and drive. And I feel like, you know, that same drive probably led you to this decision. You know, I know you talked about, you know, main event titles and everything else, but like, can you map it out for me realistically, the next kind of year and what you kind of see and hope transpires for you?
So there is a waiting period for when you get your passport that you have to wait to get into Dubai. So I do want to main event, or like it doesn't matter, you know, but I just know I am the main event going there. Look at Brandon Kerr. He went in there and main evented and he had a loss, and you know, that guy fucking sucks, man. Honestly, I wouldn't mind going over there and putting him to sleep. That might be on the map, you know, honestly. And you know, I don't, like I said, I don't want to be the black sheep, man. I just want to be a world champion. I love to fight, and slap fighting is amazing. And I feel like I just haven't had the opportunity to do it again. You know,
Mhm.
it's like trying a food and then, okay, we're gonna pull it back from you for a while. Like, no, I'm gonna find another way to eat. You know, and I also want to clear something up too for everybody that's watching. I had an interaction with Dana White a while back ago, and I want to set the record straight. I didn't ask for any money. I asked for an opportunity for a match to display my skills, and I just wanted to say how thankful I was for him blessing me and for you guys to be able to cover it in a good way. And I was really receiving some backlash, but you know what? Like, that was such a blessing, and all I asked was for an opportunity. And sometimes you don't get that opportunity, and it's okay.
Mhm.
I think I have a great relationship with Dana, whether he remembers me or not. He's awesome, you know. And I'm gonna go out and make my opportunities. Everybody has a different route, you know.
Mhm.
All this pain that I'm feeling from the release, all this stuff that's coming at me, is nothing compared to the joy that's coming when I get my hand raised. And it's not about any company. It's about me
Mhm.
raising my hand and just being an example for my son, and just for my friends and families and you guys that I've known, just to give you guys a show. It's been so long, and it's emotionally taxing, and I'm ready to put all that emotion into a fucking slap, man. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
I'm ready to go. And
Awesome.
Dubai seems to be the place to be.
Yeah, I mean, I was there last year. Yeah, definitely a different world over there for sure. You know, obviously with Eddie Hall and everything that they're doing over there at SFC. You haven't been there, but obviously you see it on social, you see the live event. What about that entices you and gets you excited for this next chapter?
When I see slap fighting championship, I see other key names like you said, Eddie Hall, and just other names tied to it. And I just look at the set and the stage, and it's not a backstep. You know what I mean? If you were to hit up a lot of these companies, they're not able to afford to get you out there. You know, these people are like, oh yeah, you're free? No way. Like, they see the marketing value that I see in myself. And when we're clicking like that, I love that, man. You know, because I love to have that communication and to know that there's going to be something coming up. And man, that gets me excited. To know that there's going to be some people behind me that's willing to give me a match when I want it, and that it's going to keep going. It's going to be a domino effect, man. Like,
Mhm.
as much as I hate Brandon Kerr, and I can't believe I'm saying this live, as much as I hate to say this,
No,
he
please
went
do.
out there
Please
on
do
a
say it. Please do. Please do.
he went on a really good stage and it looked nice, man. Even though he took a L, he set a good example for some other slap fighters that are not in power slap, you know, but he took a loss and he's not professional. And you know what? I'm going to go over there, be professional. I'm going to win, and I'm going to show what power slap's all about. That guy is lucky to be in that position. I'm coming to bring the show. I'm the
All right,
California
Ray.
kid, man. I'm what people want to see.
All right, Rayden. All right, all right. I'm going to give you a second opportunity here. All right. We know that wrestlers are coming into Power Slap. I need you to cut me a promo. You don't have a fight yet with Slap Fight Championship. I need you to tell me what is going to happen if they square you off against Brandon Kerr.
Honestly, if I fight Brandon Kerr, it's gonna be the same thing that happened in the Apex. He's gonna get fucking scared and he's gonna wait for security to split us up. And I think I'll knock him out, bro, if we end up fighting. To be quite honest, Brandon Kerr defensively flinches so much that's an easy fight. He has no power in his hand. He looks like he's doing the nay when he's slapping. I give no respect to him, man. He got kicked out of this competition because he wants to be a bully, and I don't respect bullies. And I would gladly put him down. I'm going down to 170, but I wouldn't mind staying at 185 for one more fight just to knock that kid out.
All right. A little bit better. I think second opportunity.
I mean, that's just that's just being honest. That's just being truthful. He spoke about my kids, bro. He was talking about I'm some type of like drug addict and stuff like that. Like, bro, I'm a professional athlete. I'm a slap fighter, and like I take this shit seriously, man. You know what I mean? Like Brandon Kerr is just. He's just trash, bro. Talking about people's families, bro. You can't act professional. It's like if we're in it's gonna be hard for us to be in the same room in slap fighting championship for sure. And for Jacob, know that now, because we got split up so many times inside the Road to the Title season 3. I'm surprised we didn't end up getting a fight. I should have bopped his ass when I had the chance. But like I said, man, no respect to that rat. He's a flincher. And I hope somebody gets him soon, and I hope it's me.
There you go. We could have another international war on our hands. Canada versus the USA. The California kid, I appreciate you as always.
Oh, look at this. No, don't let him go. Don't let him go. Look at this.
I will put you in the same room. Well, I hope you got a lot of other people in the same room because shit's going to go down, man. That guy's a fucking clown. I'm telling you. He talks so much shit. Like I've actually come from a place where we fight in a fucking gym. You know what I mean? He just wants to fight like a keyboard warrior and talk shit. I don't mind getting into a fight, honestly, literally. So hey, put it there, man. Honestly, put me and him in the same room. Put us in the face-offs. I know we're gonna make some revenue, but at the same time, I don't respect that guy, and he would go down for sure, man. Hey, if we end up getting into a fight, fucking have people there, because I'm not trying to get arrested, but I'll fucking fight that guy. I don't care. On site.
I don't know, man. Dubai's a different world, buddy. I wouldn't suggest it outside of the rules.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all up on him, bro. I'm a professional, Yeah. But if he starts fucking coming towards me in that way, I'll knock his ass out. It's going to be more than a slap, bro. I've been throwing knees and elbows for a long time. Takedowns, all kinds of shit.
Awesome, man. Love it, buddy. Love it. Appreciate you, dude. All right. You stay in touch. We're following you along, and we'll support you however we can.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. And if I don't see anybody until my next fight, just wait, bro. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Love you guys.
Awesome. All right, ding. There we go. Rayden Bombardier letting us know about his plans in the future. Calling out one Brandon Kerr. Getting a little bit spicy. I mean, everybody does things for their own reasons. And you know what? What I will say is, we talk about guys doing things, sometimes for, money or for any other option. You got to commend a guy who's doing it for himself. It's not the league. It's about him. He's doing what's best for him and his family. And, kudos to that, because a lot of guys, would, subdue to the pressure, or they would sit there in silence and they would wait. And, if he wants to take things in a different direction, I mean, kudos to him. Glad we're able to have him on. Get that update, and we'll see what happens in the future. And as he said, it's never too late to make an opportunity back to Power Slap. We haven't seen it yet. I think eventually we're going to see it where athletes are going to come into Power Slap. They're going to go elsewhere and come back, and could be one of those opportunities down the road. And who knows? I mean, from what I've seen, Slap Fight Championship as well. They're doing some good stuff. So who knows? Maybe one day you're going to have athletes growing up in that part of the world that SFC is the mecca for those athletes in that side of the world, and they're going to be proud representatives of being champions over in that organization as well. So we'll see as the sport evolves. We'll see how the competition evolves, and who knows? Obviously, Dana, in a lot of ways has deep roots there as well, and maybe we see some sort of merger, acquisition, partnership. I wouldn't say anything out of the realm of possibilities. So
yeah, you know what? I definitely watched the last Slap Fighting Championship event, and I agree that the production value was great. I think the communication was a little funny. There was a match where they finished, went to the back, and then came back out, and like nobody really knew what was happening, why they came back out. Like I
The
think that
strikers?
piece of it just, huh?
The strikers came back out.
Yeah, they fought again. Like they did their match, went to the back, came back out, and started fighting again. And I'm like, it was just a communication piece. I'm sure that there was a reason for that. Maybe it looks like Jacob, represents the organization. Maybe one day, we can talk to him and get his clarity from that. But I think just articulating that to the fan base, it was a little bit confusing how to follow that. And their rule set is a little bit different. And I think just being able to, Derek versus Lackman, it's just being able to kind of understand that better and articulate that to the people watching, I think would be helpful. But I think from a production standpoint, like you said, the backdrop, I mean, all the works, it really looks super professional. And I think that it's the right stage. I don't know that the matches all turned out the way that they wanted them to. But again, I think part of that is just the rule set. It's what are the nuances? What are the differences? We're coming to watch Brandon Kerr. We're coming for Power Slap because that's the only time he's competed in a slap fight. So you have to sort of articulate that difference in their rule set to the audience and first time viewers, realistically. So that would be my only critique. It was just, communication with the audience and kind of how you do that.
Yeah.
Because it was a little unusual. And I was like, wait, they just fought. Now they're fighting again. Like, is this a replay? I'm confused. And it wasn't clear from the commentary team. I guess it's really a commentary thing. So
yeah. For me, the biggest thing that stood out is the way they brace for defense with their hands in front of their body versus in the behind their back. That was one thing that was very different for me. And a couple matches that I watched, the number of flinches that took place, and I wonder if that posturing positioning on the defensive side lends it. I mean, I can't speak, but I almost wonder if the hands in front kind of lean to a little bit more of that posturing positioning to have some more movement and/or chin tucking, being able to roll your shoulders and into your chin a bit more versus being extended behind you where you can't do that as much. I'm not sure, but I haven't watched enough of it. I'm sure you can speak more. There's people out there that have watched a lot more matches than I have in the organization. It would be interesting to kind of see if they continue with that, with the defensive side in the front, if it ends up going to the back, or kind of the rational reasoning behind it. I wonder if anyone's ever really thought through that in depth.
Yeah, I know that they haven't been super consistent, over the last period of time, but I will say pretty confidently that I'll tune into whatever they do, moving forward. So I think, there's definitely a lot of room here for them to do some cool stuff and introduce some great talent. And, if you start to get these guys who are coming from bigger stages like Brandon Kerr, like Rayden, you do the right thing. So like I said, with that production, obviously Eddie Hall's name is big enough. And then you just bring a lot more of those people, right, who are involved that way. I think you have a real prospect on your hands here. But anyway, let's move over to our next final guest, certainly last but not least. Another guy, Road since out of season.
He's the least. That's why he's last. He's the least for sure. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Come
More
on.
spice, man. I thought you said you started. You're back on caffeine.
Fresh off the garbage truck, working the streets of NYC. We're going to bring him in. That's right, Hunter. I said it, my man. I'm going to back it up. Let's go. I'm on the first flight overnight, the red eye, coming to NYC. Let's go.
Let's do it. How we doing, guys? Long time no see.
I know. It's been a long time.
Oh.
Dash is looking good. Got the hair. Got the mullet going on.
Oh, yeah.
Got the tats looking fresh. I will say, I'm not sure if I ever told you in person, but you actually surprised me. The first time I seen you, you actually look way bigger in person than I thought you did. You sit there on camera, you don't look that intimidating, but I'll tell you, you have a much more wider physique and structure. Your athleticism, when I seen you up there, was greater than I thought it would be in the way that I kind of seen you in the first part. And I think that's kudos to you and the work that you've put in as it relates. And Ding seems a little dumbfounded here.
Dude, you just called him a garbage man. Now you're telling him you're scared of him and being a D1 Glazer?
On the plane. I don't care, man. I don't care. Ding, come on.
D1 Glazer.
A D1 Glazer? Hey, buddy. At least I got off the bench and actually on the court, buddy. At least I got off the bench, man. I don't know. Is that the Jersey Shore shit or what?
Hunter, I apologize. No,
going after both of you guys. Going after both of you guys.
Hunter might know. Hunter might know what's happening.
The Shore.
So real quick, for people who haven't seen it, it's pretty hilarious. D1 Glazer is Logan Paul's nickname for Ariel Helwani. Because if you ever watch Ariel Helwani, he's pretty good at, fluffing up his guests or whatever. And, that's just thinking it's cool. But what happened was him and Logan were doing something on commentary, and Logan said something to him, and Helwani's laughing and whatever, and he asked him like, what do you think? How good am I at this thing? And it's all he ha whatever. Well, later on, he finds out that on the camera, but Helwani didn't see it. Logan Paul literally looks at the camera, and goes, "This guy's a D1 Glazer," and Helwani's thinking like it's all cool. He's thinking like that Logan's bigging him up, and he finds out later on when it hits the internet, like, yo, he called you a D1 Glazer. So it became this big thing, and he was on Logan's show, and he's like, dude, it was the biggest betrayal, and it was hilarious. So D1 Glazer Corey over here. But anyway, Hunter, two wins. Right. You're 2-0. You get your first victory on the show against Daniel Maddalena. That was, I guess, stash versus stash. Your stash was it lived to see another day in that one. Then Power Slap 12, you get to call on the tape prelims to take on Angel Merrill. You win that fight, show off some fantastic dance moves, debut in the rankings. Fast forward, Power Slap 13, a guy with another notable mustache named Stunt Marshall has a crazy knockout in the very, very first fight of the evening on the tape prelims. First shot, doesn't take any hits, knocks this guy out, puts him in the position of a Nike swoop, hammock, you name it, all the memes that we've seen and things that have been said about the position of Dante Smiley. Stunt Marshall takes your number 10 spot in the rankings at 185 pounds.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was
what's your reaction to that?
So I understand where they were coming from. I understand what they saw. A nice, beautiful knockout. I mean, that's a great way to start the night, and that's sure as hell what he did. And but let's see how that chin is, though. I mean, we gotta test it. We still have to see how that goes. So when I saw that, I was like, okay. It just put a little fire in me that, that's all I needed, just to build up from here. And day by day, I'm a real quiet person online. I just do what I need to do at work, at gym, at home, and we just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, you got a stash, obviously, that is quite, what's the word I want to look? Boisterous, we'll still call it. Extravagant. How's that?
I'll take it.
Stunt Marshall also is somebody that gets noticed quite a bit because he's got, black or brown hair, and then he's got a blonde mustache with the like Hulk Hogan thing going on. Obviously, he's got the two segments of his hair, right? What's on top of his head. There's a segment that's shaved, and then there's what he calls the rat tail. So, professional wrestler, he's got the look, right? He's also a party crasher for the Savannah Bananas. Very fun kind of guy, playful. So he fits the part. So you've done the stash versus stash thing before. This is a little too perfect because his stash is important to him. Your stash clearly is important to you. And your stash right now is 1-0 in the stash battles. You're 2-0, but your stash is 1-0. So do we go for 2-0 Hunter Hassanin versus Stunt Marshall, Power Slap 15, 16, something like that, for the number 10 spot in the middleweight rankings?
I'm with it. I'm with it.
On the line.
I put anything on the line for it. I love it. I love this stuff.
Would you shave? Would you shave it? You can get the shave is going on. I wonder if Stunt Marshall would agree to shave his stash as well for the loser.
We'll have to ask him.
It'd be a huge one. That would be real huge. I mean, Stunt Marshall does have an amazing look. And first off, before we go into this, awesome dude. Definitely a cool person to talk to. And I've gotten to chat with him beforehand. And he's definitely someone I would love to share the stage with. I mean, he has that look that, simulates to me in a sense. But he's got his own thing. I have my own thing. And, let's test out who's got a stronger stash up there. There's only one way to test it. And it's on that stage, There's nowhere else to do it. Right up there. No.
Are you I mean, what do you think about his? Obviously, we only saw one strike. We've never seen his chin, like you mentioned. What do you think? What do you think about his technique, his power? I mean, do you think he got lucky? Do you think it was Dante? What do you think about that first performance?
So yeah, I've watched it a couple times. I mean, how could you not? It was a pretty viral clip. But reviewing it, he has good form. He definitely has put in the work to get to where he got to now. And I saw a lot of straight form. He was straight on, and I just thought he nailed it right on the money. But then again, we're new to this as well, at least in his case, in that fight. Not, I saw Dante, a little relaxed up there too. That was also put into play. There's a lot that could go into it, but what I really want to see is how is his chin though?
That's $1 million question.
I couldn't agree
You know,
more.
it's a good point, man. It's a good
Yeah.
point. And you know what? Most people, that is the question. If they go up there and they have what is the most perfect night that you can have in Power Slap, you go first, you take care of business, you don't have to absorb a shot. But if it's your debut and you've never taken a shot before, I mean, look at Vern Cathy. For those of you who are, day one, that there was a question in the beginning because Vern never got hit for a while. And now we see, I'm not going to say he doesn't have a chin because he absolutely has taken good shots, but he's been on the wrong side of some shots as well at this point, 3-4 times. And then they're not TKOs. They're like sleep KOs, which is not good, and I'm sure that that's not the way he wants things to go. So that is the number one question. I think until Stunt Marshall can put that on display and answer that question, I think there's always going to be a question mark after his name. So, Core?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go as low as Ding. I'm not going to make it all about your stash, and your personality is now linked to the facial hair that's on your face. I'm not going to go there like Ding does. Got to get him, little guy right there, Ding, for that one. But I'm going to talk about your skill set because Angel Merrill hit you with a ton of bricks. Let's be real, man. I mean, being there, hearing, on the defensive side, you taking those shots the way you did. I mean, that was probably some of the most impressive defense, to be quite honest. Because I think, obviously we don't know, Angel's not on the ranking. I don't think he gets as much love and respect. But talk to me about how that felt, taking those strikes from him, and truly why you think you should be in that ranking and not Stunt Marshall based off the totality of body of work versus Stunt in one shot.
So, I mean, my match with Angel, that was a real fun match. I mean, I really got to put on a actual show for myself and really understand what Power Slap is about. And I got to prove myself there, and Angel hit me real good. I mean, you saw a couple times I did have a little bit of a wobble and stuff like that, but we got a lot that we've worked on ever since then, and we've gotten stronger each and every day. I mean, I don't know what other way to put it. I mean, we just train now, and my big thing with that match was just how I was bracing up. I felt like I was a little bit too tight, and that was one of the reasons I was getting so maybe wobbled on one end. But my real big thing, like you said, with the rankings, I don't think there is a deserve or no deserve. I know how this game works, and I know that if you want to be in this ranking, you got to get some knockouts. So let me get one more try and prove a point.
Mm-hmm. When you seen your name come off those rankings, what was kind of that feelings and emotion that went through you?
It was really funny. I'd say about 2 days before, that's when I shaved off my mustache, and then the rankings came out on that Tuesday, and then I was like, that was some bad juju. That was some real bad juju. So I know I have to keep in. I know that the stash was around for too long, man. It was just getting dry. So now we're back, better, ready to roll.
Do you know who referee Mike Beltran is?
Yes.
Have you seen him?
Yes, I do.
Can we ever get to that point where your mustache is long enough to do what he does with his mustache? Because breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, it is a mustache. It is not a beard that Michael Beltran has. It is a mustache that he braids and ties because it's that long. Could your mustache, is it capable of growing that long? And would you ever do that for the meme?
If I had the genes to do it, I absolutely would, but I don't think that's a real rare gene right there.
Called 30 years.
Awesome, man.
Bro.
Last question I have is in your division, Middleweight Championship is being contested, defended, depending on which side you're talking about, on October 3rd at Power Slap 15, the main event. Brandon Bordeaux takes on Isaiah Quinones for the third time. Who do you have in that match and how?
I think it could go either way, truthfully. They're both real competitors that really want it, man. And, I mean, they have a lot of time to work with. I'm not...
Hunter, who's winning, bro? Come on.
Winning?
You can't stay on the fence. Who's winning?
On the fence?
The fence is not allowed. It's no man's land. It is not allowed. Who's winning?
I see, at least from what I see, from straight on, I see Brandon putting in the work each and every day, like most of us are. I mean, it's more public to me. I would like to side with Brandon on this. I mean, he's shown his chin. He shows he could take a real gruesome hit. I mean, we saw his nose break right on stage. I'm pretty sure it broke, did it not?
I believe so.
The blood,
So.
yeah.
He's in chat. He can confirm for us, but I believe it did.
And was ready to rock and roll right then and there. I mean, I have a lot of faith in Brandon for this next match, and to see what's going on forward for that division, it's going to be wonderful.
Will he get another finish, or is this a decision?
I think this might be a finish. Maybe later on, maybe round 2 or 3.
There you have it, Corey. I'll let you close.
I'm good, my man, Hunter. I'm good, my man. We'll see what happens here in the near future. We've got Power Stuff 15 and 16 coming up in October.
Absolutely.
Hope to see you back. Hope we see you putting your skill set on display, dancing the stash, all that fun stuff.
Do you have your passport?
Of course, I got my passport.
All right, yes, so you're good for 16 as well, man.
Roll.
Awesome.
I gotta see my people. Honestly,
there you go.
I gotta go see my people.
I mean, your people.
Always great to chat
What's
with
your
you.
background? What's your background? Sorry. No, you're Egyptian? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. You're kind of close to the world.
We're kind of close.
Sure. Awesome, buddy. Appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon, okay?
Pleasure, guys. Stay safe.
Pleasure, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, dang.
Corey, what'd you do? I see somebody else.
Yeah.
What did you do?
My fellow Canadian.
Oh,
Fellow Canadian. There's a Canadian flag in the background on there. I mean, definitely have to represent. I mean, he spent
I actually like this guy, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Spent some time in Vancouver with the Whitecaps, and
he's a
people don't
pointer too,
realize.
this is
But
Canadian.
MLS soccer is a real thing, man. You may not know they've got Topps Chrome trading cards. It's a legit thing. Let me tell you, there's like, I don't know, 1.5 billion people play soccer around the world. The amount of people that make it professional and play at a high level.
They play
football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, same.
All right, cut to the chase here. What did you do, man?
Cut to the chase? Man, isn't the best man in show business? I don't know. Austin Turpin's got some running for his money, and I think this guy is going to be uncensored and unfiltered. But let's bring it on. Mr. One, Brandon Kerr.
What's up, dude?
Going on? How you doing?
Good to be back, man. Good to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah? Did Rayden piss in your cornflakes a little bit earlier there?
Bro, like I got a lot of messages. Like I literally just got back from some
people love drama, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, you're a little Slap News follower. You're watching real time. Come on, don't give me that.
No, I know. I do. I keep up to date with you guys, man. You guys are awesome, man. I love your work.
Appreciate that.
Awesome, man. Well, so what do you think? Rayden says he wants to be with you in the same room. We got seemingly one of your buddies there from SFC saying he can make it happen in the comments as well. Like, what's your rebuttal?
I would fight what is his name? Rayden. I would fight him in 2 seconds, man. Like in 2 seconds. The guy is literally a midget, man. He's basically a lightweight. What was it? Like the last fight he had, he got knocked out cold in one hit. Like, and he talks like, I've been hit 12 times. I've never even been wobbled, bro. This guy, like, he talks like he's literally some veteran or like somebody that's done something for the game. He hasn't done anything. I've fought in 3 continents, right? Like, you know what I mean? I've done something in the sport. This guy is so irrelevant. And if he wants to come to slap fighting championships, I know why he wants to come. He wants to come for a payday because he's broke and homeless, right? But if he does want to come, I'll destroy him. I'll knock him out in 1 round, man. Like, he doesn't have a chin. The last fight I had, I fought an 18-1 boxer. The guy that I fought, he was 18-1. Reason why he's 18-1 is because his chin made of granite. Okay, and anybody that knows anything about slapping knows I won that fight, right? So Rayden would get absolutely fucked.
I'm curious. I don't know who Jacob is, and I apologize for that. But is he in a position? Is Jacob? Can you clarify who he is and if he's in a position to make this match happen?
Oh yeah, dude, Jacob's the man. He runs it. Yeah, Jacob's the big dog. So he's basically like the Frank of slap fighting championships. So he's definitely like, me and him talk regularly. I know Rayden's been bothering him like crazy. I know that. But yeah, dude, if for example, if they want to bring him in, dude, I'll smash him. Like I would love that fight. It'd be an easy freaking fight, man. Like the last, like, you know what I mean? Like it'd be easy. Like seriously.
And I mean, Rayden talked about wanting to be at 70. I'm assuming that's a little low for you. So
do you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's such like, he's literally talking to you guys saying he's gonna fight me, and what I'm freaking, dude. I fought at 195 pounds at slap fighting championship. I'm 6'1". Like, what is this? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, are we living in a world where, like, is this video games or something? Like, I would freaking smash him. Like, we're 2 completely different animals. Like, and this guy's saying I do MMA. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'll pick you up and powerbomb your ass. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Guy's an absolute dipshit.
Brandon.
Sorry. I
Yeah,
was trying to get it unmuted.
absolutely. You talk about Jacob being the man. Is there, have you had any talks? Is there interest? Do you believe what Rayden is saying is possible, and could it happen sometime in the near future? Whether it's
Well, I
against
know
you
I'm.
or anybody
Well,
else.
what's up? Sorry.
Whether it's against you or somebody else, do you think there's genuine interest on the league standpoint? I'm not sure in a position to say or not, but do you think that we see him over there?
Well, I know I'm fighting on the next card. Like, I know I'm sealed. Like, I'm the man in that organization. You know, I mean, I've proven it. But with him, I literally, it's up in the air right now because he's not good. That's the main thing. He's not good. What's he gonna do? He's gonna come in and he's gonna lose. He's not gonna put on a show. What are they gonna do? They'd have to make him face a can. Like, he's not a good slap fighter. He's got no neck strength. He's the most unathletically gifted guy I've ever seen in my life. Like, it'd be a waste of time. But I've asked to fight him. It'd be an easy fight. It'd be an easy payday. But I'm guessing there's a lot of other circumstances like weight. Also, it's annoying. Probably he lives in California, right? That's a little bit far. You know what I mean, right? And there's only one fighter that can get the big bucks, not him. Because let's be honest, he's irrelevant. So we'll see.
I mean, talk to me about. I mean, you're a guy that now has experience in both organizations. I don't really need you to compare, but talk to me about what they're doing over there in Dubai and what it was like. It looks like they've come a long way from some of their earlier productions that they put on. Talk to me about this last event specifically, about the weigh-ins, and fight night itself, in regards to how it all kind of came together, and how did it feel as an athlete competing there, and how many athletes or how many spectators roughly do you think were in attendance?
It was good, man. We had in attendance probably had like a few hundred people, but the good thing was like we had a bunch of like seats, a bunch of like tables. So like those were VIP, a lot of high class people there, and they cheered a lot for sure. The main thing that I liked about it was just how it was ran. Like, it was very, very professional. Definitely felt like I was back in the big time, like being on Power Slap again. It was amazing. Um, One thing I will say, like the rule set's a little bit different. Like, obviously we have the table, right? I think that's put there so we can't, like, you can't bend the arm as much, right? It has to be like straight. So I know that. And yeah, just overall, like for me, it was great because I was the main event, right? It was pretty much something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to main event an international card, and yeah, man, just can't wait to do it all over again.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on being booked for the next event. Can you share, I mean, just even roughly when that's going to happen?
So I'll share that it's definitely going to be within the next 4 months. I'll say that because I don't want to get in trouble. It's definitely going to be within
It's
the
in
next 4 months.
2025. I just want to
Yeah,
clarify
it's this
that.
year. It's
Okay,
this year,
that's
man.
good.
Yeah, it's this year. There's gonna be more, man. We're coming, man. We're coming to take over. I feel like we have, you know what I mean. We have some signed talent, man. That's like legit the best in the world. Like, you know what I mean. Like, guys that have knocked out the crazy Hawaiian, guys that have beat Dumpling. We have top dogs at our company.
I gotta ask you, because I'm an asshole and I'm American. That's what I do. You gotta go to lunch with somebody. Your options are Rayden or your boy the Chief. Who are you going to lunch with?
Fuck, dude. I'd probably go with the Chief because I heard the Chief pays. If I know fucking Rayden, he couldn't afford to fucking pay. So I'll definitely go with the Chief. But dude, I'll be honest, man, I don't contact the Chief, man. He fucking blocked me like during the reality show, like literally because I was just destroying him. Like, I don't know, I'm not trying to sound like a keyboard warrior, but anytime he would chirp me, I would just chirp him back and he'd delete his comments, you know what I mean? Because he's a little baby. But one day that fight will happen because let's be honest, who else can he fight in Power Slap? Like, he's been knocked out twice by Darren, right? Who else? Like, there's nobody else that can get him back on track. But if he fights me, I already beat the shit out of him in the house. I already soccer kicked him in the head. I already put him in a triangle choke. He's supposed to be an MMA fighter. So one day, I'm like, maybe he can get released from his contract and he can come face me in slap fighting championships. 'Cause I'd love to fight him, man. I'd eat his shot like it's nothing. Like, I genuinely believe nobody in the middleweight division can knock me down, let alone knock me out.
So you mentioned fighting at 195 in Slap Fighting Championship. What is
Mhm.
that considered? Is that middleweight for them?
Um, No, because I think for this, what it was, pretty much me and my opponent, we were around that weight, so we just kind of just came to an agreement like that's what we're gonna be at. And I feel like it worked out really, really good, man, because I was really hydrated. I wasn't like for power slap. I don't know. I normally cut like 10 pounds. You know, I'm probably like 196, cut down to 185. But for this time, man, I was just full hydrated, and I felt very powerful. Felt good. So yeah, that's pretty much how it went there.
Now, obviously, this will probably be the moment everybody wants and doesn't expect, but we try not to bullshit on the show, even though we sit here and we talk two talking heads about whatever and have different people on. But you've publicly been pretty critical of Power Slap's coin toss. Can you talk to me a little bit about your mindset? What do you believe? Like, why do you not think that it's legitimate or that it takes place legitimately?
Well, I'll be honest. Like I had a little bit of like I thought it wasn't legitimate. Like when I went on to the show, like in the house, right? Because I was like when I fought Stevie, I was like, okay, these guys know I'm like a little bit of like I'm entertainment. So I was like, I guarantee I'm gonna get the coin toss. Like before I even went onto the stage, I was like, I'm gonna get this, and I got it, right? Like for example, the Chief, him and Frank are like best friends, like literally, like so he wins every single coin toss. KO Chris, to hate KO Chris because he's just got the balls to say things other people don't have the balls to say, right? And he keeps knocking people out, so they don't want to give it to him. And then what was that video they posted the other day? I'm sorry if I'm shaking, by the way, I'm freaking freezing. Um, what was the video they posted the other day? It was like the Darius the Destroyer and James coin toss. Like that, they said that was like filmed for the fight, but that looks like that was filmed the day it was posted. Like I don't know, man. It's just a little sketchy, but that's not my organization anymore. Like I really couldn't really give a shit because in my organization we do the coin toss right in front of you. You know what I mean? So it's no bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say, man, I can tell you for sure, I was one that obtained that footage directly from the brass of Power Slap. I can assure you, Mark Smith would not have rolled in there on a Saturday to make that happen. So I'm gonna squash that rumor. Respect you for the take, but I can tell you that that's not true.
But it's 100% legit. So like every single coin toss, like there's
I
no
don't
BS.
I don't have every one. I was given one coin toss.
Okay.
That's to the extent of it. The circumstance and the theories that people have come up with are very, very far-fetched. What we wanted to do on this show was to obviously bring forth, a better insight. This is something that's never been released before. And we were hoping to bring insight, to the viewers and the people to see more what it looks like. Mark Smith being with the commission, a war veteran in himself, to me, there's a lot of credibility when Mark Smith attaches his name, just as Herb Dean did with the MMA world as well. And, growing MMA outside of Nevada and getting it sanctioned in other states and other regions, I see Mark Smith doing that exact same thing. And I highly doubt that a guy like Mark Smith would put his reputation on the line for something like that. So
why don't they just do it like on the stage? That's the one thing that I don't get, right? Why don't they just do it on the stage? Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
For sure. So what they claim is that obviously with the betting odds and the aspects that they believe.
That's actually a valid point, to be fair.
That they want that exactly before the betting odds go out, they release the actual coin toss.
That actually is a very valid point, man. You got me there.
So I've pushed and I've been an advocate for it. I'd love to see it. Honestly, I would absolutely love to see it done up as a live event. They look at everything from an ROI standpoint. I'm not speaking for Power, I'm speaking for me. They used to do press conferences and they cut it because they didn't see the return from it. And so I think from an ROI standpoint, will enough people watch it? Obviously, the roster wants to see it. The fighters want to see it. But how big is that broader fan base that will actually tune into it and see the production of it? I mean, it was way more exciting than I thought it actually was, to be quite honest. I thought it would be, a couple guys with a webcam pointing down, kind of like a card break or whatever, and just, kind of doing it here, and not having the whole spectrum. But to be able to see it pull back and have the commentating, them saying that, Erica saying the names and everything else, like they almost have a, production ready finish, whether they believe that or not. But I think that's something that they could go forward. And, whether you do it simply on IG Live, I think could give a lot of credence to it as well. It doesn't have to be, a polished ESPN style, full-fledged production, I think even doing what they do and doing it on IG Live would bring a lot of merit to it. We've toyed and we've kind of talked about doing like a petition and stuff like that to kind of get going to, drum up interest and excitement. And I think at the end of the day, if fans want it, they need to voice it, whether it be on any of our posts or Power Slap posts, etc. The more people that talk about it, the more people that show interest, the closer we'll get to it. So in time, I think we see it one day. We just unfortunately not getting it at this particular time. So if I get a chance to ask Frank in the near future, you can bet your bottom dollar that I will bring it up and ask him for everybody of the show.
How is Frankie doing? I haven't spoke to Frank in like a year. How's he doing?
I think he's doing good, man. Yeah, he seems to be doing good. He's got obviously a lot on his plate, doing a lot of stuff with SLS and Nitro Circuit and stuff like that. He seems to be doing good. I don't get to talk to him too often. We usually get 20 to 30 second talks, around the weighing kind of thing, but seems to be doing well. And, as we kind of talked about before, it's great to see these other organizations and these leagues popping up. I mean, there's even some in, the Northwestern United States popping up, and more feeder leagues, more fights, more content, more interest, more eyeballs.
Yes,
I think the more people that get involved with this and push it, across and as it grows internationally, and I talk all the time. I mean, we forget here in, North America per se, but like Dumpling is an international star. Zales, an international star. Like these guys have more following than, the Crazy Wine. Let's be real, who we, here in North America see as one of those, prominent figures, of the past. But there's a lot of, there's a lot in that region over, in, whether it's Poland, Russia, Serbia, that kind of area that have really pioneered this thing. And, you're seeing firsthand, some of that Dubai mixes, Americans with Russians and Chinese, and it all comes together in one big place full of luxury and riches. So you're definitely seeing that kind of unfold. So, I appreciate you joining us, getting on here, getting clarification, get an opportunity to have a voice. You can't say Slap News doesn't give you a fair shot to speak your words. So we appreciate you, my man. Where were you? You in Toronto, or where are you at these days?
Yeah, dude, I'm in Toronto, man. Just chilling and living the dream, man. Just getting ready for the next fight.
Sounds good, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
You're in Vancouver?
I am in Vancouver. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, dude. Take care, man. And we'll talk again soon. All right.
See you later, man. Have a good one.
Sounds good, Brandon. All right, Brandon Kerr, little surprise guest coming in. Talked a lot of different things this time. Ding just finished the show. Must have had an emergency to go run to, but I will bring it on in. As we kind of talked, we didn't get to full-fledged, but Isaiah and Brandon, number 3, Power Slap, number 15, could be taking place October 3rd in Las Vegas. We're going to get this squashed once and for all. I think the coin toss and the accumulation of damage in this particular match is going to play into the final outcome of it. I think ever more than ever, both these athletes train incredibly hard. We see them posting, their workout regimens. We know both these guys are true professionals. When you're at the top of the top in any division, or if you're lower in the ranks and you want to see two true professionals go at it time and time again, in terms of, a war of endurance, the preparation, the mentality, everything that goes into it. These are guys that you definitely want to watch and potentially mirror if they kind of fall suit, as do you do, in terms of, your work ethic and desire and wanting to be where they are. Because, when you have mentors who have walked in the footsteps of the places that you want to go, this is definitely a way to do it per se. So I appreciate you for tuning in to this particular point. For myself and Ding, same place, same time next week. You know where it is, 6 o'clock in the West, 9 o'clock in the East. Smack Talk will be coming back once again. Take care. I'm out. Peace.